couple weeks ago, I made a video about the things that I just absolutely will not travel with, and y'all loved it. Today's video is about a few things that I absolutely will not travel without. And don't worry, I'm not talking about your clothes, I'm not talking about your medication, your money, your ID. Of course, travel with all of those things. These are things that make my travel experience so much better that are not any of those things. And there's even a bonus thing at the end, so hang out till the end of the video so you can find out what the bonus thing is that I never travel without. Hi y'all, if we've not met before, then welcome. My name is Lori, and I'm so glad to have you visit here. If we have met before, then welcome back. Thanks so much for stopping back in. Let's get started. If you are anything like me, you want to travel with all the things you need, but none of the things you don't. And if you, like me, are trying to become a reformed overpacker and travel carry-on only, then you understand, like I do, that space is a premium. Every single item you decide you're going to carry with you when you travel has to be important. Every single item has to be necessary. Otherwise, it just doesn't earn the space it will take up in your luggage. In my early efforts to become a carry-on only traveler, I had narrowed down the things that I carried with me to such a minimum number of items that I didn't have what I needed to always be comfortable when I was traveling. And I want to go and I want to carry a minimum number of items, but I want to be comfortable both as I travel and when I get there. As a middle-aged woman, I sleep pretty hot. Like, I'm hot when I'm sleeping. I get hot all the time. And one thing that makes me cranky is getting overheated. And so I really am somebody that has to sleep with a fan. I don't care how cold it is outside. I don't care how cold it is in the room. I want that air moving across my body. It just makes me more comfortable. There are still many hotels that we stay in that just don't have a fan available. And that's why this little fan has been such a lifesaver for me. As you can see, it folds really, really flat. It's about the size of my head, but flat. So it doesn't take up a lot of space in my luggage. Now, this is a rechargeable fan, so you can charge it up. So even if you don't have power, like you can see, this one's not hooked up to anything right now, you can still sleep in the comfort of the air moving across you if you want it to. So this travel fan is an absolute necessity for me. Obviously, it'll just stand on the nightstand next to you or, you know, wherever you want to have it. But having the fan with me when I travel has made my sleeping experience so much more comfortable no matter where I'm at. But carrying just one more thing to charge did create another problem for me that had to be solved. Because I, just like you, carry many things that need to be charged, and usually I need to charge them all at the same time. Now, a lot of hotels have updated and have provided a lot more power options than what you used to see in hotels years ago. But not all hotels have been updated to provide all this additional power. And that's why something that I always travel with now is this simple extension cord. You can plug in 3 devices if you want to, if you have those chargers that are on blocks, or if you want to plug in your computer or whatever. But it also has these 2 USB ports. And what I have found is that this is the perfect solution for me because it's not the size of a great big charging brick, right? So I'm not carrying something that's really heavy and really, really big. I just have a rubber band wrapped around it to keep it organized. And this allows me to charge all my devices at the same time. And sometimes if those charging ports aren't in the best location in your room, having this 6-foot cord allows me to move it to a location that just is more comfortable. So this for me was a low cost, high convenience item that I absolutely carry with me every time I travel. Now, I love music. I do. I love music and I play music every day. I dance to music every day, no matter where I'm at, no matter what I'm doing. There's always room in my life for music and dancing. But my phone doesn't have the best sound quality. Like, it sounds like a phone, and there's nothing wrong with that unless you have a better choice. And for me, I decided that music was so important to me, and being able to play music at a little bit higher quality than my phone could play alone was worth the effort to carry one more little extra thing. So what I carry is this Bluetooth JBL speaker. And you can see it's on a little hook, so that makes it super convenient. If I'm playing music in the bathroom, I can hook it to the towel rack or whatever. But I did get this case to keep it in, because that just makes it a little bit easier to carry and protect the speaker. And then I attach this carabiner, I don't know if it's carabiner or carabiner clip to it, and I just clip this right to my backpack so that it doesn't take up interior space in my backpack or interior space in my carry-on. And that's something that I really love. So having the ability to play music at a little bit higher quality than what my phone affords me on its own is a luxury that I really appreciate and that I am happy to make the effort to carry with me. Now, the next thing that I always carry with me may be the single thing that has increased the quality of my travel experience over just about everything else. And that is these Bose noise canceling Bluetooth headphones. These headphones look silly, but they are fantastic at noise canceling. They have great padding that surrounds your ear, and this makes it very comfortable to wear because earbuds for me get uncomfortable after a while. And these headphones are very comfortable to wear. I've worn them for 16, 17 hours at a time, depending on how long my flight is. And so this pad makes it super comfortable to wear, but it also helps with the noise canceling technology. They have a noise canceling technology that you can turn off and on so that if the flight attendant stops to speak to you, you can turn off the noise canceling and just lift this away from your ear to be able to confidently have a conversation with your flight attendant. But we all know planes are loud and you expect the airplane to be loud. What you don't always know and what you can't always plan for is the extra noise that's going to come with all the passengers on the plane. I am not one that's going to get upset with a baby crying through the whole flight because babies are babies and that's what babies do. Like, they can't talk about what's bothering them, so they're going to cry. Babies crying on a flight or people talking really, really loudly doesn't really bother me because, in the end, we're all people and we're all traveling together, whether they're crying, talking loud or whatever, but that doesn't mean I always want to listen to it. These headphones give me the choice as to whether or not I want to listen to it or not. And that's something I really, really appreciate. So more than any other thing that I have purchased for travel, I would say these Bose noise canceling headphones have up-leveled my travel experience more than anything else that I travel with. So even if I wasn't going to carry all this other stuff, I'm not leaving these behind. Now, one of the things that was a bit controversial in that video that I made of things that I never travel with was that I say I almost never travel with packing cubes, and I don't. I am somebody that simply just does not need packing cubes to keep my clothes organized when I'm traveling carry-on only because my carry-on bag is fairly small. Actually, not. I think my personal carry-on, the one that I love more than all the others, is actually pretty big for a carry-on. But anyway, carry-on space doesn't have enough space in it for me to get really disorganized with my clothes. That doesn't mean that I don't still need a tool to help me keep all those other little odds and ends things organized. And so another item that I never ever travel without is this set of pouches. They're a vegan leather and that makes them super simple to clean, but they hold all the little doodads that you need when you're traveling. And this one in particular is the one that I keep in my backpack that goes under the seat in front of me when I'm flying. And it's got my tissues in it, some Advil, just some lip balm, a hairbrush, some hand lotion and some cuticle oil, just the things that I'm gonna need when I'm traveling. And I can keep all my little doodads, all my little odds and ends, all those things right here in this little pouch in my backpack. And that just helps keep me organized because if I had all of these little things, even if I had them all in a separate pocket in my backpack, because if you've seen my backpack video, I'll link it here. The backpack has tons of pockets. But even in those instances where I've carried all these things in one of those pockets, I still have to pull the backpack out from under the seat in front of me to find my lip balm if that's what I'm looking for. When I use these pouches, I just simply pull the pouch out, get my lip balm, put my lip balm on, take care of myself, and then put the pouch back in the backpack without ever having to pull the backpack out from under the seat in front of me. And that's a convenience, especially on those long haul flights, that I can just really appreciate. So I never travel without these little pouches to help keep all my little odds and ends organized. Now that leads us to the very last and what I think is probably the most important thing that I never ever travel without, and that is a plan. That's right. I never travel without an organized, well-planned travel capsule wardrobe. And that plan is what makes it all work for me. So the last thing that I never ever travel without is my travel capsule wardrobe plan. Because when you have the right comfort items and you have a wardrobe that you are prepared to be confident and comfortable in, it just makes your whole travel experience, your whole vacation experience that much more enjoyable. And who doesn't want a more enjoyable travel experience, right? And these things, along with that planned travel capsule wardrobe, keep me comfortable, keep me powered up, and keep me organized so that I can feel like my best self no matter where I am, because that's the great thing about travel. No matter where you go, there you are, right? Thanks so much for hanging out with me for a few minutes today. Like I said in the beginning of the video, and it's still true in the end, it has been so great to see you. If you're interested in hanging out with me from time to time, please do consider subscribing to the channel if you want to. If you're not ready to subscribe, or if you don't ever want to subscribe, no worries, no harm, no foul, because you have an open invitation to come back and hang out anytime you like, whether you're subscribed or not. I still appreciate you coming by. So until I see you in this video over here, it might be here, I'm not sure. Bye, y'all.